Okay, I guess we should start. Okay, so today we're looking at identifying main points and supporting details in regards to plagiarism. Okay, so the objective for today is that participants will be able to identify main points and supporting details in paragraphs, and we're going to look at this regarding plagiarism. So obviously we are happy you are here. If you are late or have technical issues, please join in the conversation as you are able. Mute yourself when you are not talking, but please remember to unmute yourself when you do want to talk. We want to be able to hear everyone. Please complete the pre-session interactive slides and the post-session feedback form. This will help us revise and develop course content. If you have questions or technical issues during the session, please send a message in the chat box indicating so, or email us at info@hettgroup.com. Okay, so my name is Lisa Vance. I will be facilitating this class or training, and my co-host is Kathleen. Kathleen, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, my name is Kathleen Gryby. I help Lisa make all of the slides for these trainings.
Okay, so how well can you identify main points and supporting details in paragraphs? So not at all, a little bit, somewhat, quite well, or extremely well. So turn on your camera and show me with your fingers, or you can chat in the chat box. Okay, good. Okay, good. Who are you? Describe yourself in 2 to 3 sentences. So I'll give you about a minute or two if you want to either tell me or type in the chat box describing yourself in 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, so yes, Kathleen introduced herself. Does anyone else want to introduce themselves? So what's your name? Where are you from? I'm an introvert as well. Okay, awesome. Okay, so some examples for this. So I'm the founder of these courses of HETT. That's the main point. Some supporting details. I've lived and worked in Myanmar. I have experience leading teacher training, and I studied international development. So what are main points? Can anyone tell me what are main points of something? It's pretty simple, but what are main points? So they're the big idea, the central message, the most important takeaway. Yes, central message of a paragraph, yes. So often found at the beginning or end of a paragraph. And what are supporting details? Pretty easy. So specific information, they're smaller, support or back up the main points found in the body of a paragraph. Sample sentences of a topic, yes. Why is identifying main points important for quoting and paragraphing? Or paraphrasing, not paragraphing. Why might being able to know what the main point is be important for quoting or paraphrasing? So usually the main point is the most important point and the key information. So usually that's where you would want to take your information for a quote or a paraphrase, or it's the easiest place to take it for a quote or a paraphrase because it describes the main idea for that paragraph. So either the first sentence or maybe the last sentence is usually the easiest place to take a quote from or to take a paraphrase from. When would you quote or paraphrase supporting details? So a lot of times you might quote or paraphrase supporting details if there's numbers or statistics in them that are important that you want to use. Or if you're comparing a specific detail across different articles, or if it's a specific result. But usually you paraphrase or quote only if it's something like very, very important in the supporting details, something that's very detailed that you want. Otherwise, you're more likely to paraphrase or quote the main idea. Okay, this is a quick activity, quite easy one. Identify the highlighted information as a main point or supporting detail. Should be quite easy. Okay, I'll give everyone a minute to do it. So is what's highlighted a main point or supporting detail? Okay. Yeah, so it is supporting details. So it is not the main point. Okay, next one. Is this the main point or supporting details of a paragraph? I'll give you 1 minute to answer. So yes, it is the main point. Excellent. Next one. Is this the main point or supporting details? So yes, this is the main point. Music is not just beneficial for children, it is a powerful tool for adults as well. So it's the overall point of the paragraph. It's the most important kind of overall idea. And like I said, it's normally in the first sentence or the last sentence. Next one. Is this the main point? Okay. Supporting details. This one, is this the main point or supporting details? What dexterity means? Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna look back. Dexterity is like your ability to move your fingers. Yeah, like how kind of quickly or well you can move your, not just your fingers, but it can be other aspects, but here it means your fingers because you're playing an instrument. Sorry, I kind of switched it there. Sorry, it should have been this one. So this, sorry, that was my fault. It was because the question was a question about the meaning. So this is the main point. That's my fault. Okay. And this one, is this the main point or supporting details? Okay, good, supporting details. This one, main point or supporting details? I would say this is supporting details. How about this, main point or supporting details? Yes, I would say this is the main point. Okay, so let's just do this all together because there's not very many people. If I can exit out. There we go. Okay. In groups, you will practice identifying, quoting, and paraphrasing main points and supporting details. Use Pear Deck to record your answers. But we'll just do this all together, and you can tell me in the chat box, because I know that for a lot of people, Pear Deck hasn't been working very well today. I think just because the internet is being so bad. Okay, in the space below, quote the main idea. Proteins and carbohydrates. Yes. So, yes. Proteins and carbohydrates are both essential parts of a healthy diet. Okay. So that's quoting the main idea. Paraphrase the main idea. So can someone write in the chat box a paraphrase of the main idea? So looking at the first sentence, how can you paraphrase that? Yes, good. I'm trying to copy. There we go. Good, so that's a paraphrase. Okay, in the space below, quote one supporting detail. So does someone want to quote one sentence that you might be able to use in something else? Yeah, so you might, especially as it's like something with numbers, you might quote. In the space below, quote the main idea. So what is the main idea of this? Pretty easy. Yeah, the first sentence. Okay. Paraphrase the main idea. Good. Good. Quote one supporting detail that you think might be important that potentially could be used in something else. Yeah, so maybe IT specialists are in high demand. Yeah, I would also say maybe about it would be information like according to one study. Well, I guess it's based on another study, so I'll leave that. But you could say the field of IT is expected to go up by more than 30% in the next 4 years. Okay, awesome. So we finished. We kind of finished early because we didn't really do it in groups. Why is it important to identify main points and supporting details in research? Or how does it make it easier to identify what to paraphrase or quote? Anyone? Yeah, so just pretty much that a lot of times that you want to, a lot of times you'll want to paraphrase or quote the main idea, unless it's something very important, which you might paraphrase or quote the supporting details. Okay, so yeah, and it can make your research credible. Okay, so this was a pretty easy class, but how well can you identify main points and supporting details? Not at all, a little bit, somewhat, quite well, or extremely well. So either you can turn your camera on and show me, show fingers, or you can type in the chat box. Somewhat, for, quite well, for. Okay, we finished quite early today. I think this is the earliest we finished. My apologies, we went through it quite quickly. There's not a lot of people, which makes it faster as well. So I'm going to send out an email with an invitation to the Google Classroom. Next time we're going to look at paraphrasing paragraphs. So I think we did paraphrasing sentences. I think. Now we're going to look at paraphrasing paragraphs. Oops. Because the internet connection. Yes. Is there anything we could do to help people? Because I know the internet connection is not very good there and it's going out. Do you know if there's anything we could do to make it easier for people? If you have any ways we can make it easier, if you think for people, if they would join or not, please let me know. You can send an email or just tell me in the chat or anything. I'll try and email the PowerPoints out instead of just adding them in the Google Classroom, because I know that there were some issues accessing the Google Classroom. Also, if you can't fill in the application form ever because of the internet issues, it's the same link every week for Zoom. It stays the same, so you can just use the same link as the week before. And you can also email me for the link. So if you can't find the link for Zoom, you can just email me for it or use the one from the previous week. Okay, and these are some of our resources. Are there any questions? Yeah, if you have any questions at all, just let me know. So, okay, so I guess we'll end there. I know it's a little bit early, but thank you very much. And Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, teacher.